Roger, do you want to respond to the question?
Just quickly to your question, David. It'd be nice to think that one of our gubernatorial candidates is going to do that, and I'm not convinced that, or I'm not seeing that yet. However, one of our former governors is. Arne Carlson has taken a step back and said, Democrats, Republicans aside, what we need to work on is the budget. And he's actually put a call out to legislators. He called it his Paul Revere ride, and he kicked it off last spring and started going around the state talking about the budget. And he's put a call out to legislators to be riders. And I've said, yeah, I think we ought to have a bipartisan caucus of people who say the most important thing we can do in Minnesota right now is have an honest budget.
Arne Carlson is one of the last Republicans that I had a lot of enthusiasm for just that kind of reason. We're talking about what the gubernatorial candidates are going to do. It seems to me that Mark Dayton, whatever you think of him, is been the most clear about where he's going to get money. Now, you may not like what he's planning on doing, but he's going to pay for things.
He's going to get money.
And the other thing I would point out is that Mr. Gagne, who is the lieutenant governor for Margaret Kelleher, was the finance guy for Arne Carlson. So maybe on the Democratic side, there are some hopes out there for the rational discussion that you're looking for.
Kerry.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with leadership, and it will depend on who the governor is. And I think there are some very clear choices. You have Mr. Emmer, who's going to just slash, 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 and that's going to hurt Minnesota. It's going to hurt it economically. It's going to hurt it socially. Because if you don't invest in your people and your infrastructure, what do you have? You need that for business. You need it for good communities. So part of it's that leadership, and so you need to look at who's been willing to work with people. And I think it's very clear there's only one side of the aisle that you're going to be able to do that with, and that's the Democratic side of the aisle. And how that gets done as far as governor is concerned. And you all know I'm a liberal, so and I'm pretty proud of that. So we have to look at those candidates. And I have seen some glimpses of that. Margaret Kelleher, Anderson Kelleher, has picked John Gagne as her lieutenant governor. He's well respected throughout the state, both sides of the aisle. Margaret has a reputation of bringing people together. The other two candidates, it's very clear how they think they're going to get there.
Just remember, the opinions voiced here are not necessarily those of the
Jay, did you want to take a shot at that, and then we'll take some questions.
No, I'm supporting Dayton. I just like the idea of Yvonne Pretner and just some of his positions that he's taken. And I like some of the things that Emmert, is it Emmert? I get the Emmert mixed up. Emmert is talking about, he's really focusing on the renewables and stuff like that. And I think all of them feel that's important, and that's a strong area that I feel is really invaluable that we need to focus on too.